So before that, we'll get started with the introduction. So first, I'll introduce myself. So this is the agenda for today. It will be 1 hour session only. So we'll be seeing little bit about the NiFi training course, then something about me. Then I'll I'll ask you guys to introduce yourself and we can know each other. Then what will the audience for this course? I mean, what is it audience for this course? Then what is there any prerequisite for this course? And then and what's the future prospectus of taking this course? So before we start, we'll have an overview of this course. So if you see, this course is generally a NiFi course which will contain hands-on session also. So I'll provide an environment for you guys to have hands-on on. So what is generally Apache NiFi and what it helps into? That it's mostly a data flow management tool, which comes with an additional capabilities of doing computation, also streaming analytics, also. So it's not into very deep analytics, but an on-time runtime analytics can be performed through NiFi. So in addition to NiFi concepts, we'll also be seeing how NiFi plays a big role into into big data environment, and how is NiFi an additional to any of the ETL tools which is present, like Informatica or any other to name. And we'll also see that how it plays a picture where it can be used as an extraction tool, also as an it can replace for a big data environment, it can replace Scoop and these kind of tools. So, and you will also have a deep understanding on building application for data in motion. So if I say data in motion applications, it means that any application which holds or which is into bringing data from one environment to another environment. So we'll see how NiFi plays a role and what are the advantage of using NiFi. So basically, if you see, NiFi has a great capabilities and advantage over any other tool when it comes to extracting data or taking data from an IoT device. So let's say any IoT device is continuously streaming data into cloud. So at this architecture, especially, NiFi is very helpful. Okay, let's move ahead and courses. It's not only a theoretical course. I'll be also providing an environment for you guys to play on. So even though NiFi is a very, it's require a very minimal infrastructure to install and play on. But still, if you guys want to have a server or have an environment to create your pipelines, so we'll provide an environment for you guys, which will be a M4X large server. So it is having capabilities of doing data extraction in TBs also. So you guys can use that environment also to create your ETL flows, and it will be available throughout the course. So anytime 24/7 it is available. Anytime you guys need to, you guys need to learn things or draw a pipe. Define a pipeline or anything that is required. So you may also use that thing in additional to NiFi, which you will be installing in your local system. So yeah, so we'll be understanding the NiFi and its capabilities. Then will be second part is pretty important, which is like we'll be knowing the advantage of NiFi over traditional ETL tools. Like Karthik was also saying that currently they are using traditional ETL tool like Informatica or IBM tools. Then we'll understand why NiFi is what NiFi has an advantage over those tools, and why should we go with NiFi. Then we'll try to understand, like Bhupesh was saying, is into big data, and how can we use NiFi, how can we leverage NiFi for for an overall data flow management tool. So we'll understand the data lake concepts also. So there is one big session of around 2 to 3 hours where we'll be concentrating whole on data lake. I will also be explaining the concepts of data lake and how do we govern over data lake, how NiFi can play a role on the security also. So it's not only that we are using NiFi as an intermediate tool to transfer data from one environment to another. We'll also be seeing the governing capabilities and security capabilities. So the motive here is, or the motive in any of the enterprise doesn't stop when there is no security over there. So we'll also see that the movement of data should be fully secured. The data shouldn't flow in the normal form. It should be always SSL secured, or what are the other security aspects or protocols that NiFi follows. Then we'll come to practical aspects, and we'll see installation of NiFi and the cluster integration of NiFi. So NiFi, as you guys might be knowing, also works on, in addition to a single NiFi setup, it also works on a cluster integration form, which is just like big data environment. So it will be a distributed system across, you guys might be knowing, will be looking on the horizontal scaling part rather than, so NiFi also scales horizontal to n number of nodes. Then we'll see what's the architecture of NiFi. I'll be going through each and every files and each and every installation aspect of it, wherever we can control whatever files we are is used to control those things. So we'll also be discussing the features of NiFi admin. So what are our expectation with NiFi? So mostly you guys will be, this course will be basically focused on NiFi development. Using NiFi as a development tool. But there are one to two sessions where we'll also understand what's perspective of NiFi admin and what and all are expected out of a NiFi admin. So a NiFi developer should also understand that what expectation he should have from a NiFi admin, and what are all things which are possible. So he can ask for a NiFi admin to to install those things and to get ready with the environment having those capabilities. So there are lots of thing which comes into NiFi admin part, but still a developer should know those things because he can have an ask for those things from a NiFi admin. Then we'll be seeing what are all the database aggregation, splitting, and transforming, which is a very general thing for any ETL tool. And then in the last two sessions, we'll be looking on the best practices in NiFi configuration. I'll be making you go through lots of NiFi pipeline which is already built, and I will also show some of the enterprise data pipeline which is being created on NiFi, and how does the pipeline gets created, how do we work on it, those things. And then in the last towards the last of this course, in the last 2 hours, I'll be giving a live demo practical project, which is an industry project that I will be showing you. Okay, so any question till here, guys? Any doubt, any queries? Any other expectations or something?
Yeah, Praveen.
Yeah. Yes, Bhupesh.
It's like, it's good to see all aspects you have covered you are going to cover in this session, during the course. But would you be giving any kind of assignments in between, something like, because we'll be having access to the NiFi environment, right? So
yes.
would you be giving any kind of assignment saying that, okay, try this or come with this for next session or before next session, something like that?
Yeah. So I'll be distributing assignments, not from the first session. I mean, the assignments will be
Yeah,
there from first and
that I
second session
understand. I
only.
mean,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So just let me complete, then you can have queries. So I'll be distributing assignments from the first session onwards, but the first and second session is going to be theoretical assignments. But from third session, the assignments should be practical basis. So I'll be also going through the submission of assignment, and either you have two options. Either you have to do the assignment in your local and send me the XML files of those. So whatever pipelines is being created, an XML file is generated out of it, which you can export directly in mail to me or submit it, or else you can use the common environment that I will be providing to submit your assignments.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's
but
good.
but again I'll say this, and I keep on repeating this, at the end of the day it's your effort. So if you're completing assignments as time, obviously it will be more beneficial for you guys. And I understand there are challenges with, I mean, there are challenges, like you have time challenges also, and there are many challenges with the expertise level that you guys come from. So sometimes it may feel that this is a very basic thing that I am going through, but believe me guys, it will be helpful in long run. And I mean, again I will say this, and keep on saying this, it's all depends upon what effort you are making. And obviously the hands-on things will help you much more in detail. So it's all upon, I mean, from my side, whatever I can do. If additional to this course also, if you want anything specific, I'll be more than happy to help. But what my expectation would be, completing on, so the classes will be on weekends. So the next time when we meet on another next weekend or the iterative session, then you guys should have lots of questions, and you guys should have at least made effort to do the assignments.
Absolutely.
Yes. So Karthik, do you have any question here? Like anything
Uh,
to?
no, I'm good, Praveen. Yeah, it's all answered. Yeah, thanks.
Okay, thank you. So let's move ahead. Please feel free to interrupt. But what I would suggest would be really nice is, I mean, having your question at the end of the slide, so that it might happen that there are some questions which already I can already answer before the slide gets finished. So it's good to have questions, but it's better to wait for the, I mean, end of slide before the question comes, because many times it happen. I have seen in delivering the courses that most of the questions that I mean that the consultant have gets answered before the slide gets finished. Okay, so it's a general, I mean, just a general rule for this session. Okay, so let's move ahead. These audience for these course, prerequisite for these course, this will be a very general thing. So which is, I mean, obviously if you are having these capabilities, then it's good. Otherwise the effort that you guys have to put will be more. But what I see from your experience, I think both of you will not have to make effort to go through the industry, what I would say is the industry um, wordings or industry parameters, because you guys are already working into uh, environments of big data, and you guys are already into these working with the organization, having to follow these all things. So I don't think so there will be anything anything which is required for you guys to have a prerequisite. But still, I mean, it's just a part and parcel of this session. So uh, this I'll skip this session. Skip this slide. So here, one important thing is, in the prerequisite of this course, I think one thing that I would expect from you guys is having brush up your Linux command skill. So Linux is one thing which I feel is very important for knowing any of the big data tools, like whether it is Hadoop or any tool which is into big data. I think knowing Linux solves 50% of it. I mean 50% of the problem already gets solved if you have very good command over Linux. So little idea about ETL process, which both of you should be having, I believe, and then understanding of streaming data. So streaming data can be from anything, like from an IoT device or from Twitter data, or any of the data which is coming into streaming form. So technique for cleansing data is something like you guys can have knowledge on any of the libraries of Java or Python. Like a Python library that I would suggest to go through will be any of the simple Python library that you can just call and use, like cleaning of CSV format. So there is a CSV library of Python that you can use, or or any other simple Python library or Java library. Depends upon either you are into Java or Python. But still, again, I would say that there is not a very expertise level of coding required here. So the whole whole benefit of NiFi is to do minimal coding and use already and use the codes which is already being written. And with minimal coding, we want to we want to develop a full-fledged data pipeline which should be taking care of each and everything, from moving data from one source to another, or from data lake to an RDBMS, or vice versa, these things. So one very good thing of NiFi, I would say, is it is equally capable of handling a small data which is as small as 2 to 3 byte to a data which is as large as 2 to 3 terabyte. So the capabilities of NiFi are very much similar for a data which is of very small size to varies to data which is of 2 to 3 TB. So even it ensures that not a single byte of data get missed, which is one thing which is very much essentially required for moving any tool to production. So I would say, like, NiFi is a production ready tool, but still there are ways, or there are shortcomings of NiFi also, which you guys have to understand, and we'll also see techniques which helps us to move NiFi to enterprise keep it enterprise ready and move it to production. So any doubts still here, guys, on the prerequisite part?
So, is that knowledge on like Java or Python, is that like mandatory stuff while using NiFi, or
So what I would say, essentially, you did not you did not. It's not required to have an expertise Java or Python coding, but at least you should be able to understand a Java code or a Python code. So which is an easy task, right? Understanding a code which is already
yeah?
written.
Okay, yeah, got it.
And whatever codes are required, which will be very minimal, and you'll be able to find those things with 2 or 3 Googles. So,
Okay,
that's not a big task. So what I think is required here and will be very crucial, knowing the Linux commands. So Linux is one thing which will be, if you are good into Linux, you will be able to handle both ways, like installation of NiFi or a NiFi admin task also, plus a developer task also.
yeah, thanks.
Okay, so if there is no question, we'll move to next slide. So this particular slide covers, it's a detailed curriculum of this course. So for the first, which is today's course, which is just going on. We'll see that overview of NiFi and its capabilities, which is currently we are seeing. Then there is an high level overview of NiFi key features. In this particular case, we'll discuss the what are the key feature NiFi plays? What or let's say if there is a situation given, or if there is an enterprise problem you are trying to solve, will NiFi be a fit in this model or not? So I'll give you an overview and an overview kind of thing where we will try to understand what are the use cases that can be solved through NiFi. So because NiFi comes with lots of capabilities, sometimes even though for it's like for solving a small problem, we are using NiFi just for transferring one data to another, which can be done easily through let's say SFTP or FTP or simple data transfer. Do we require to use NiFi, or there are some other tools which can be used? So we'll see the use cases where NiFi is required and what are the advantage of using NiFi in that particular case. So we'll also be discussing on case level. So some of the cases where NiFi is eliminated and some of the cases where NiFi is has eliminated some of the other traditional tools. Then in the third session, we'll understand the advantage of NiFi over traditional ETL tools like Informatica. Then there is staging tools, any other staging tools. Then Scoop will also be there. So we'll be understanding how does NiFi comes with a advantage of these particular tools. So if you have worked on tools like tools like Informatica, then there is in order to keep the market, attract the customer and keep the market with them. There is an enterprise big data edition of most of the ETL tools. Like if you are working on if you are working on Informatica, then you might be knowing there is an Informatica Big Data Edition, or there is an IBM tool also which comes with a Big Data Edition. So, but still, they are trying to bring more capabilities. They are trying to copy features from NiFi or any other tools like Kylo and these tools. But still, what are the disadvantage or what are the shortcomings with those tools? They are just trying to write a wrapper over a traditional tool only, and trying to build trying to name them as a big data capable tool, but which is not the actual thing. I have been using and I have been testing this Informatica EDM Informatica EDM or Informatica big data edition tool, hot pursuit license, but I didn't find it anywhere close to the performance that we can get from NiFi and the capabilities which we get from NiFi. So we'll discuss these things in detail when we come to comparing other traditional tools versus NiFi. Then we'll see the different aspects of NiFi, like ingestion aspects and security aspects. So ingestion aspects will be comparing NiFi with the ETL tools, with the ingestion tools which is present into big data environment, or even in the normal environment. Like there is Informatica, then there is Tailend also. So we'll compare what are the advantages of using NiFi over Informatica and Tailend, these kind of thing in the normal environment, and in big data environment tools like Scoop and these kind of tools. So why should we use why should we eliminate Scoop and use NiFi, or we shouldn't use? So these kind of things will be looking into when we go through ingestion tools. Then into the next iterative course, we'll see the data lake concept that I was telling you, and why data lake is getting popular in over enterprise. Why there is a there is a buzz of converting or moving from enterprise data warehouse to data lake. So we'll see what are the advantages of data lake. And I have tried to cover data lake specifically in one long lecture, because before moving to NiFi big data capabilities, we'll try to understand what's the data lake and how NiFi can play a good role into when we are moving from enterprise data warehouse to data lake. Because while the migration of data from enterprise data house to data lake, NiFi plays a very important role, and it is a, I mean, it is in one of the essentials tools that that industry uses, or most of the industry which are moving from data warehouse model to data lake model. They use NiFi very, I mean, they consider using NiFi as a solution. So we'll see that why it is important, and before that, we'll see what's the data lake concept and how is a big data environment being set up, or what is a data lake. So then we'll move to installation and requirement for cluster integration. So we'll see NiFi, we'll install NiFi, we'll see how to go through the documentation, and so NiFi installation is very easy, but there is a, what do we say? What's the industry best practices of NiFi installation? How do we handle the login mechanism? How do we handle error logging? Or how do we handle authorization and authentication into NiFi? So with any tools, when we want to use it into enterprise, everyone should be having a different account to log in. Like that's what we call it, authorization and authentication. So in this case also, how do we integrate NiFi with any of the tools, so that we can integrate with Active Directory, or we can integrate with if there is an active Directory, or any of the LDAP authentication, or how do we do LDAP authentication in NiFi? So because in an industry or in an enterprise, when there will be several developers accessing the same environment, there might be a case where there is a mess up between 3 or 4 codes. So how do we segregate it, and how do we keep it an enterprise ready tool? So how do we integrate with any of the tools which provide LDAP authentication or Active Directory? How do we use this? So we'll see those things, and then we'll move to Apache NiFi core concepts, which is like what is a. So there are four main concepts of NiFi, which is a flow file processor, flow file controller, and there are attributes of the function in data flow. So we'll deep dive into these concepts. We'll understand what are all. Let's say we are migrating from one NiFi environment to another. So how do we do the migration? How do we keep it one click migration? How do we not how do we not mesh up with the work which is already done? So let's say if we are building a pipeline and we want to move from testing environment to production environment, then how do we keep the data movement minimal, and already the pipelines which are built, how do we transfer from one environment to another? We'll also see that how how do we transfer a NiFi pipeline which is already built from one environment to another. So if there is a mostly in enterprise, what do we see? That developer don't get access to production environment. They get access to a development environment or a text environment. So they are not given access to production environment. So how do we just use the REST APIs of NiFi to move it into production? So we'll also be seeing that using NiFi from REST APIs, which is a very important part when we are trying to move to production. So in the next, after that, we'll be seeing the NiFi architecture part, where we'll see what is a repository, what is content repository, what is flow file repository, what is provenance repository, and these kind of things. So for each of these things are a core concept of NiFi. If you say flow file, or if you say content file, or provenance, these are the core concepts or core capabilities of NiFi, and there is repository adjacent to each of these. So we'll see how do we what the internals of these things are. And then toward the last of the session, we'll come to see the performance expectations and characteristics of NiFi, in which I'll be explaining to you is how do we maximize the resources, and what's an optimum way of using the resources. So when I'm talking about resources, when I'm also talking about the hardware. So what are the hardware capabilities needed for running NiFi in an optimal way? So let's say if we talk about running it on AWS, then I will discuss what are the server or what are the services AWS services you should use for running NiFi? What should be the disk size? What should be the memory size? How many cores of processor are needed with different kind of use cases? So these are all things we'll be discussing. And then we'll see that how NiFi works with streaming data, what's the queuing and buffering technique. So I'll be explaining you guys like how do we ensure that each and every data which is being generated at the source level gets to move at the destination. So we'll see that how NiFi ensure that each and everything I mean, how do we guarantee the transfer of data from source to destination? And then how do we ensure that the latency of NiFi is low if we compare to any other tools which is being used by for migration? How do we ensure that the latency of NiFi is comparatively low? And then a recovery, and we'll also see that how can we use NiFi for directed graphs and controller services. Then we'll see some of the transformation during data routing also. So let's say there are logs coming from one of the servers. So we only want to see the logs which is of error. We doesn't want to see info log. So how do we filter on route? So there is a term called filter on route. So how do we filter routing? So we want to have two separate locations. The error log should go to separate location, and the info log should go to separate location. So how do we use NiFi processor to achieve this in long term? And so the basically the story here is or the use case here is how do we ensure that there are transformation happening on the run. So if there is data being flowed from one of the streaming pipeline or one of an IoT device, so how do we ensure that there are transformation done on the run? And each of these sessions will be accompanied by a demo, and you guys will get an assignment to do the practical hands-on on it. So I'll be giving demo during the class, and you guys will have the whole week to do the practical hands-on. So there will be the server will be available. You guys can do the hands-on. So then there is database connection. So how if there is source database connections which are like which may be any of the sources like any of the RDBMS sources like MySQL, SQL Server, or Teradata, Sybase. So most of you like Bhupesh, you said you worked with app also. So Sybase database, how can we transfer data from Sybase database to NiFi and then move it to data lake or any of the environment that is being used. So we'll see how it captures the data lineage and reporting is done. The monitoring of NiFi, how do admin does the monitoring, and how admin monitoring, NiFi admin monitoring is different from a developer monitoring. So these are all things we'll be seeing into database. Then moving to what are the best practices of configuration. So when we say best practices, how do we ensure that that we are using the optimization, we are optimizing the NiFi resources. So we'll see on those things, and how do we use NiFi when the environment is Kerberized or it is secured by Kerberos and into big data environment. And then we'll also see what are the developers guideline in case of NiFi, and we'll have a demo on one of the use cases here, industry use case. And then finally we'll move to Apache NiFi project, where I'll be showing you through, I'll be giving you 4 industry projects which are actually running in industry into production. And of those 4 projects, I'll be making the pipeline of one of the project in with you guys and with help of you guys. And I'll be giving a demo of running that particular project. So out of the four NiFi project, whichever you guys find most suitable, we can take that project, and we can design a pipeline and do the whole project in our NiFi environment. So, anything here, guys? Any question on this part, like the curriculum part? If there is something additional we want to cover, so today's session we can have an discussion on that also, and I'll be happy to include that part. Is a physical thing.
So, are you covering this like load balancing stuff? Because if you use in cluster, right?
I didn't get you, Karthik. Can you please come again?
Covering this load balancing stuff when we install
Yes,
this NiFi in cluster.
yes, yes. So
Okay, okay.
for now we are in order to, in order to give the demo and the environment I have given to you guys is a single node environment only. But I have environment to give demo where we can see the load balancing part of it.
Okay, yeah, thanks.
So any other question, Bhupesh? Any question from you?
No, I'm good.
Okay. So let's move ahead. I think we have 10 more minutes, or no, I have five. We have 5 more minutes. So I'll try to wrap up. So these were the things that I wanted to discuss. And today, basically, I wanted to give an overview of what are things will be discussed in this whole 16-hour session. Because 16-hour is, if you also understand, is not a very not a very considerably short space of time only. But I have designed in a course in such a way, then you get enough time to learn things, and I'll provide enough materials for you guys to learn. So if you calculate 16 hours for for the way it is distributed, it will be 1 month long course. So 1 month I think will be sufficient for anyone to have a good have a good grasp over NiFi and understand the details of NiFi also, not only having an overview and a theoretical knowledge. So I'll try to explain most of the thing in detail, and you guys have to try to gain more hands-on capabilities of doing more hands-on and understanding the things into deep, and have a deeper dive on the NiFi capabilities. Okay, so let's move ahead. So takeaway from this course is like it's a general takeaway slide only. So finding the rapid adoption. So as I told you guys, so whenever there is an industry or there is an organization trying to move from um, traditional data warehousing model to data lake model, then NiFi comes into play most of the time. So we'll see that how this movement happens. So some of the other codes that other use cases that I'll be discussing is how NiFi is capable, have the streaming processing capabilities, and how it is capable of building a real world data motion apps, like connecting. So one of the cases which might interest you is like when there was an US election going on. So there was a case where NiFi was used to have a visualization over LED lights, and it was connected to Twitter. So there was a green light, there was a red light. So whenever there was a tweet on some particular guy name, there is a red light, and this was streaming. And when another time when there was a tweet on Hillary Clinton, then there was green light. So I don't know why red light was set on Trump. But it was a very good use case of real time data streaming. So like that only I'll be giving links for you guys to read that where NiFi is used. So what you guys can do now is follow Apache NiFi Twitter handle and read some of the best use cases that NiFi is used of or is capable of handling. So if you are active on Twitter, I'll suggest you guys to follow Apache NiFi or HDF, Hortonworks Data Flow, which is basically which basically is a NiFi capable environment only. So if you'll follow that particular Twitter handle, you will be seeing lots of things which industry is using NiFi for. So it will be good to gain knowledge on the use cases which is being driven by NiFi. Okay. So these are all things that today I had to discuss, because today I planned for a 1 hour session only. So to set the stage. So